It was actually crazy. I mean, Andrew, he didn't desire to be a guy that's out front like what you see now. Pretty much most of the major head coaches were through here. Andrew downplayed it, but for me, it was, I kind of had to, I don't know if you want to say a buffer, but, Andrew wanted to be a student and not have to spend, whereas a lot of high school kids might enjoy that attention. I mean, Andrew really just kind of wanted to be a student and not stick out. So it was crazy. There was a lot of people that were interested in Andrew, joining their football program.
If you can recall the first time Jim Harbaugh came in your office and talked with you about Andrew, what were those conversations like?
As best I recall, they came down several times. I mean, the guy that recruited this area, Andy Boo, came down to begin with. But when he came down, I mean, he has a certain, his demeanor is, I mean, he's an upbeat guy. It's kind of infectious. You just take it on. I mean, I think he's pretty impressive in that regard. I mean, he's a type A personality, and just from a recruiting standpoint, he seemed like a pretty impressive guy.
How difficult is it, in your estimation, for any coach, not just Jim Harbaugh, to come from a place that's as far away as California or any other state really outside of Texas, to come in and get a player of Andrew's caliber to leave Texas?
I think, in Andrew's case, I mean, every case is different. I think, oftentimes players, probably most high school players, are going to pick a college based on the reputation of its football program, the reputation of its head coach. Really in Andrew's case, I felt like he narrowed his down to a little bit more academic. Now, football was important, but obviously with Stanford, what they had to offer, academically was a big deal for him. Even before Jim Harbaugh got there, he was impressed with Stanford University, and I think that was maybe the icing on the cake. So.
You've had countless college coaches come through here and try to get your kids. Where would you rank Jim Harbaugh among the recruiters you've seen come in here?
There's a lot of really good recruiters out there that are good people. I think, in terms of head coaches, he had a little different demeanor than maybe the head coaches that come in. He's sort of like a kid in a candy store. He's just like I said a moment ago, he's a high energy guy. And I think, and like I said, I think that's the thing that kids kind of like to see that in their leader. So.
Do you think it's a case now that he's at Michigan, and from what I can tell, Michigan hasn't come down to Texas and got a lot of kids, but Jim certainly did when he was at Stanford. Mm-hmm. Can you foresee Michigan coming down into Texas now and getting athletes?
I think so. Michigan has been down here a little bit, but I don't know how many kids they've actually taken back. I feel like that Coach Harbaugh doesn't mind going nationwide to find the best players, and I feel like he'll do that.